I doing? Can you hear me out there? I hope you are well. I'm starting on time. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. So hiya, I'm Jerry. If you don't know me, that's who I am. And I help women to create lives of passion, purpose, prosperity, while actually, how can I say it? Yeah, well, not in the way you think, okay? So, without having to make an awful lot of change in their life, weirdly enough, through really gentle, effortless little shifts. So today I wanted to talk about a bit of an aha that I had over the weekend, and something similar that a client who was feeling very powerless, very fearful, something that they realized, a shift and an aha that they had, this is a long time ago, which actually had a massive positive effect in their life. I want to talk about that, and I want to talk about the 3 steps to really shift, especially if there's been some resistance, or maybe there's a goal that has been a little bit stuck, actually guiding you towards giving yourself a massive, a proverbial hug / kick up the what's it, okay? So a quick, this is not about me, even though I'm going to share a mini story about my little aha that I had over the weekend. So the great, amazing process that I use with my clients, obviously, I also, have coaches that use the same process, okay? And what I realized was that the version of me, you might call it parallel reality, future reality, whatever, but the version of me who had the reality that I would love to create in a year's time was slim and adored her body and didn't think twice about getting out in a bikini, okay? And then I had this realization, like, even though I know what I weigh and I know what I'd love to weigh, and I've got this fancy flipping weighing scales that like links up to an app on my phone. So like I know my BMI, body weight, blah, 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 body mass index, whatever it stands for. So I'm like aware of all of that, but there was a part of me that just like was blind to the fact that I'm overweight, and yeah, it's great. I've got huge boobs because of it, but I want to be lighter, and this is not a vanity thing. It's because I want to wear certain kinds of clothes. It's because I want to just feel lighter. I'm all about light, lightness, all kinds of light. So when I had that realization, what I realized was that obviously exercise and endurance and running and, those things I do, not religiously, but I do. But those things, and I know this, my coaches, talk about this, my business coach, all my coaches. But endurance and looking after yourself and exercise obviously contribute to, creating what you love, creating the end results that you love. And in particular, I was kind of focused at that moment on my financial goals, my business goals. And when I saw that version of me, like she was wearing the kind of clothes that I don't wear now, yeah, I wear sexy, but I definitely wear comfy clothes, and, she was getting in and out of her car, and there was a lightness, a levity as well, and a sexiness, a sassiness, and this was literally like just for me. This is not for a man, this is for me. And I just, it's really weird how aha moments happen, because, you know, I had all those ingredients. I was very aware, but they all came together to make me realize that when I'm in alignment with this future version of me, that's what I am physically. That's how I look. That's how I feel. They're the kind of clothes that I love and I can wear. So it's a massive shift. And it reminds me of a client that came to me. And they had this relentless fear and sense of hopelessness and powerlessness, right? So I brought them through this process. And what we realized was that actually when they were 3 years old, they were in their cot. And you can imagine a little 3-year-old, you know, we're talking tiny. And this daddy long legs came into the room and got trapped in the room and couldn't get out the window, kept flying towards her. And, you know, and you think about a baby and a daddy long legs, it's quite huge. It's much bigger than we would think of a daddy long legs as adults, right? And what happened was they obviously couldn't deal with that fear. And, you know, her mum didn't come into the room or didn't, you know, wasn't aware of it to soothe her. So she trapped this fear in her body as a trauma. You see, trauma doesn't have to be huge. You know, it sometimes is, unfortunately, but it can be something like a daddy long legs, you know, in your room when you were a baby. So when we did this process, what we realized was that these emotions were trapped in the body, and that what that was causing was a lack of success in all areas of her life, her love relationships, her health, and her business. She was living her purpose, but could never manage to you know, make it work, to get herself out there. And it was all related to this childhood trauma. So once she realized that, and we worked and you know, we released those emotions, and did a few of my magical mind rebirth method sessions, her life changed drastically. And I know my life is now going to change drastically. And it's really weird, because I was sharing just a few days ago that we're in a powerful window where we can hugely let go of anything that's holding us back. Like, it's a total rebirth. And this is not just relevant to these few days, okay? What I'm doing actually is I'm going to give you a link to a free training where I take you through a process where actually you can let go of any resistance that's holding you back from creating what you love. Now, I just want to give you 3 simple steps first of all, okay? But I do recommend that you check out that training. It's almost like a half-day training, but it's really powerful, because you can take part in this process so that you can get clear on what you would love, you know, get clear on what is potentially holding you back, and then actually shift that resistance so that you can create what you love. So you can go through the process, this magical mind rebirth method, which has, you know, apart from all the amazing manifestations that this process creates, it's also so powerful that it's healed cancer, diabetes, and someone that was blind for 20 years, legally blind, got their sight back. Like, it's ridiculously powerful. And I love, you know, Greg Braden, Dr. Joe Dispenza, all of my mentors, William Whitecloud, you know, alchemy, intuition, neuroscience, quantum physics, you know, but you don't have to sit and meditate for hours, for days, for months or years. It can be quick and effective. So check out the training. I'll put the link. I don't think it's here already, but I'll put it once I post this video. So here's the 3 steps that I recommend for you, which has contributed to huge ahas, leading to huge breakthroughs, leading to huge success. And here they are. So the first one is actually just get clear on what you would love. Okay, my favorite question, what would you love? Okay, so the guidance I have around that is make sure all the words are positive, make sure you're focused on a positive rather than a negative. So, you wouldn't say, I don't want to be unhealthy. You go, well, what would you love? I choose to be healthy. Or I choose to have an amazing, juicy relationship with my man. Or I choose overflow and abundance. You get the drift. So first, get clear on the true choice. What would you love? That's the first one. Love, what would you love? The second one is to ground it. This is your version of heaven on earth. Let's bring it to earth. Let's ground it. Number 2 is let's zoom in, lenses, okay? Where are you in a year's time? Yeah? And then in relation to what you'd love to have created in a year's time, bring it back. In 90 days, what have I done to make that happen? Bring it back. What have I done in 30 days to make that happen? Bring it back. What have I done in 1 week to make that happen? And then you do that each week just to go into the weekly focus. And then bring it back. What have I done? What am I going to do today? What would I love to do today? And what do I commit to doing today? Now, you can join me. I do a few coaching calls a week, actually, at different times with different groups. And you can join me on one of those calls and you'll get the details on this free training. It's been a game changer for me because when you've got this big vision and then you bring it to earth, you ground it. Because for years, what I used to do was I tune into my intuition and get a bridge. And that's great and it's brilliant. But in my life, it didn't have huge results. But this has huge results. It's a game changer. And I'm excited to share it with you. So the first, what would you love? Number 2, bring it into the lens. What are you going to do today? What are you going to do today to make that happen? And then the third one is clear the resistance. Align with what you'd love, clear the resistance. And that's what you will be guided through on this free training that I've been talking about. All right, so thank you for being here. And I'm excited to be at this point in my journey and know I've had a huge aha. It's really weird. It was a really weird thing, but I'm really excited. And not only am I going to manifest my health goal, I'm also going to manifest my business and my next level of financial income goal so soon. So magic. And I want you to have that too. I want you not only to have your dreams and goals, but I want you to have the ones that you're too scared to dream about, the things that are so true for you to create. Because here's the thing, you are unlimited, you are amazing, and you are loved. Aloha. See you next time. Make sure to get the training. Love you. Bye now. Mwah.